If you guys are seeing this, the Houston Texans have officially been eliminated from the playoffs, which means they would have lost to the Kansas City Chiefs in the divisional round. Now, before I get into this video, I'm going to remind you guys about the giveaway that I'm doing, where if we reach 1,000 subscribers before the NFL draft, which is April 24th, I will be giving away 2 jerseys from the draft picks of your guys' choice. And if we reach 2,000 before then, I'll be giving away 5 jerseys. Now let's get into the mock draft. So the Texans, there's one big glaring need that they have, in my opinion. I don't even say glaring. I think they need another receiver. Stephon Diggs, he tore his ACL mid-season. Tank Dell tore his ACL late in the season. Nico Collins was banged up at different points in the year. And I think that could be a reason why we saw CJ Stroud struggle at times this season. So I think that they need to find a number 2 receiver, because Diggs, yes, he tore his ACL, but he's a free agent anyways. Dell, his injury, he might not be back until maybe mid next season, so it's still just all Nico Collins again, and I don't think Dalton Schultz as a number 2 option as a pass catcher will do it enough. So a name that I'd like to see the Texans draft is Emeka Egbuka, but right now, I tried a million times. He wasn't there. So I'm going to go with, I think, another need, and I think that's cornerback. Give Derek Stingley, a second option. I mean, obviously, Kamari Lassiter, great corner. I think he's very solid. But I think somebody who could really help this defense in regards of the passing game is Barron from Texas. They have him listed as safety here. I don't know why. He's a corner. He won the I believe it's the Thorpe Award, I want to say it's called. That's the for the best defensive back in college. So I'm gonna go. I believe it's pronounced Jade. I hope I'm not butchering that. But I'm gonna go Jade Barron here. I think he could either come in, play nickel or outside corner. He could even play safety. I mean, I think he's a very versatile piece that the Texans could really use. I don't think there's really any linebackers worth drafting that high. Then there was no receiver there. But now we're back up here at pick 58. And let's see, what receivers are here on the board. There's Matthew Golden. You got Jaden Higgins from Iowa State, Tez Johnson from Oregon, Kyron Lacey. He's probably not going for a while because of his case. But in this case, I could see them going Matthew Golden here. Give Nico Collins, that solid number 2 receiver. You can, when eventually Tank Dell comes back, he'll just slide right into the slot. I think his name is Hutchinson. He's a receiver from, I want to say, Iowa State that the Texans have. I'm not entirely sure. I think Xavier Hutchinson is his name. I think he'll be a solid option to play that slot receiver, and Tank Dell's not there. But I think Matthew Golden comes in day one and helps the Texans, helps C.J. Stroud. C.J. Stroud, he's only going into his 3rd year. So I believe he needs that extra help. Because Stephon Diggs was solid until he got injured. Personally, I think Stephon Diggs will stay in the state of Texas, but I don't think he'll be a Texan. I think he'll go join his brother over in Dallas. Personally, I think it'd be a great move for the Cowboys. But this video isn't about those darn Dallas Cowboys. This video is about the Houston Texans. Let's see. So the Texans have quite a few free agents this offseason, but it's nothing insane, in my opinion. I mean, it's like, yeah, they lose a couple of guys, which they can always bring back. They got a really deep, you know, defensive line. I think their defense is pretty great, but I do think that they could use another defensive end, maybe somebody who's more of a pass rusher. And you know, oh goodness gracious, I can't say his name. One thing I've noticed, this draft has so many people whose last name are hard to pronounce. It's insane. But the edge rusher from Boston College here, Donovan, he at one point was leading college football in sacks. He's one of, if not the best, a pure pass rusher in this draft. I mean, let's look at his measurables. He's 6'2", 247. So he's a little bit on the smaller side, but it's the third round. You're not drafting him to be a superstar. He's more of a situational pass rusher, which I think that the Texans could really use. So we're going to go Donovan here from Boston College here. I think this is a solid move for the Houston Texans. It just gives them more pass rush ability. I do believe that, what is his name? Joe Mixon. I do believe that Joe Mixon is still under contract. It's probably same thing with Damon Pierce. I think they're good in the running back room. What? Okay, Terrence Ferguson. That's a no-brainer pick for me here. I know that the Texans do have Brevin Jordan, but it seems that he just can't really stay healthy. At least I think they still have Brevin Jordan. I could be wrong. I'm pretty sure they still have Brevin Jordan. I like Brevin Jordan a lot. They also have Dalton Schultz. I've personally have never been a huge fan of Dalton Schultz. I think he's a great guy, but I don't really love him like that. I think Terrence Ferguson, he could come in and be a solid second tight end option to either Schultz or Brevin Jordan. He played well at the University of Oregon. I think he could possibly even go as high as this mid to late second or even third round. But luckily he was hanging around in the fourth round for us. But let's just go over real quick what we did. We took Jahdae Barron from Texas, the defensive back. I still don't know why he says safety. He could play safety, but I think he's more of a corner. That's what he played in college. Matthew Golden. He gives C.J. Stroud that solid number 2 option. Donovan, situational pass rusher, and Terrence Ferguson, a good safety blanket, in my opinion. And, because Dalton Schultz is getting older, Brevin Jordan, I'm not going to say he's injury prone, but just kind of seems like he hasn't lived up to the expectations that he had coming out of the draft from Miami. I genuinely think that this 4 rounds right here could put the Texans over the hump and get to the ACC champion. Not the ACC. What am I talking about? Goodness gracious. AFC, not the ACC. The AFC championship. I think that this draft could put them over the hump and get them as far as the AFC championship. Because you gotta deal with the Ravens, the Bills, the Chiefs, and possibly the Chargers. I mean, the AFC is stacked, so you can never have too many pass rushers, good defensive backs. I mean, it's an offensive league, so Matthew Golden, it's a good pick. This is actually probably the favorite draft that I've done so far. I think personally, this is the best haul I've gotten. And if I was a Houston Texans fan, I would be very, very pleased with this. So with that being said, that's going to be the end of this mock draft. I'm going to remind you guys one more time about the giveaway. I really want to do that for you guys. I'm really looking forward. I believe in you guys. I know you guys can do it. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. That's going to be in the video. Have a good one.